morning, everyone. This is Tony from Her Homestead Skills, and today I have gone to see my garden to see how well it's doing, and tomatoes are still green, waiting for them to ripen. Two of the major crops that I have yet to pick are my tomatoes and potatoes. And the potatoes I had planted late, so they're still growing, and I'm leaving them alone until the tops of the plant start to die away. And that hasn't happened yet. So, just letting them develop underground as long as they can. Other than that, waiting for my tomatoes to turn red. They're green. The plants are nowhere near as tall or as prolific as I would have hoped, but there's still enough tomatoes there. And I'm still having difficulty with something eating a lot of my produce, and I suspect it's because there was a nearby field that was opened up in order to put a pipeline in from last year. So a lot of the underbrush and natural habitat of these, whatever was living there, was disturbed. And they've gone elsewhere, and obviously they have found our gardens, and yes, they're having a field day in them. So if I plant there again next year, I will have to protect the most vulnerable of plants and just be a little more cautious, but hopefully by then this natural habitat will have somewhat grown back, and whatever it is that's bothering our gardens will go back to where they were. We hope. Anyway, I also decided after a quick visit to my garden to go to a couple of grocery stores and check on the availability of luncheon meats. And I really didn't expect a problem here. I know that there has been what I find really odd, a lockdown on Spam in individual boxes, and the only way I've ever seen luncheon meats here is in piles, like skid loads of them, or containers full of them, or shelves pretty full of them. So I've never seen a shortage, and I just wanted to verify that that was still the case. And sure enough, I mean, it's not something I buy a lot any more than cricket flour. Now, this is not to say that I'm better than somebody else because I don't buy these products and I don't eat them on a regular basis. It is just because they were never part of my diet. And sometimes changing your diet is a little more difficult than what people want to let on. You don't just drop one food and go to the next without a reason to do so. And if you're happy with the diet you have, there's no reason to move on. Okay? So, and yes, we're more of a pasta, rice, potato, and something meat and vegetable type diet here. So, and I don't really see any reason to change that in any hurry. And yes, I do stay away from a lot of processed foods, and canned meats are processed foods. I will can my own foods before I buy processed foods. Even cheese, I tend to buy bricks of cheese as opposed to processed slices or something of that nature, or spreads or things of that nature. I don't buy those. So it's what you're accustomed to, or what diet you choose to. And most of my foods are also made from scratch. Not all, but a lot of them are. Okay? And I'm not implying that I'm better than somebody who eats crickets or eats luncheon meats. It's just a difference in diet. Somebody might think that eating too much pasta or rice is really not healthy either. So there you go. To each their own. Okay.